So as you guys know, because I've talked about it in depth, Politicon is indeed coming up. It is just this weekend. Today is Thursday. The first day of Politicon is going to be Saturday, so I'll be very active on YouTube with that going on, doing streams and stuff. So, as you guys know, we were slated to get a Kyle Kulinski from Secular Talk and Coulter debate at Politicon. It was supposed to be this 1v1 debate that was going to happen. It was going to be pretty cool. Now, I was still hoping that he was going to have debated Ben Shapiro instead. But, you know, obviously, an Coulter and Kyle Kulinski debate would have been cool. Now, she backed out, okay? And it was pretty lame because she backed out of the debate with less than 2 weeks remaining to the actual debate. So, it was really shady in the first place. And it was not only was it shady, but it was weak. It was a weak move on the part of Coulter. And it was just like, well, why did you back out? First of all, it's sort of like you don't agree to a debate and then back out with like 2 weeks left. That's just wrong because you're sort of frauding your fans. And then, but on top of that, it's also a weak move. It's like, okay, like, why are you backing out of a debate with Kyle? So then Kyle basically proceeded to try to get another 1v1 debate. He struggled because all the other conservatives were too much of cowards. They were far too cowardly to actually accept a debate with Kyle, despite the claim of being all about the battle of ideas and the free marketplace of ideas. They don't, when it turns out when the battle's ready to start, they bitch out. That's what it seems to be. That's what the case seems to be, because the person he ended up getting was Scotty and L. Hughes over everyone else, despite floating the names of Ben Shapiro, Tommy Lahren, and Candace Owens. Now, nobody knows why Coulter backed out. Nobody has any idea why she backed out. Now, I guess she was on some talk show. She's in LA right now. I don't know if that's where she lives or not. But she was talking to someone, and she's going to make a very interesting statement, to say the least, and Kyle Kulinski is going to react. Check it out.
Oh boy, do I have something for you guys. So I'm putting on the finishing touches to my preparation for the trip to LA and Politicon and Joe Rogan and TYT and all this fun stuff. And somebody sends me this on Twitter. It's Coulter. She does an interview on Good Day LA. And listen to what she says about Politicon. This is precious.
We have limited time. Let's talk about Politicon, where people may have an opportunity to ask you anything this weekend. What's cool about Politicon, it brings people from both sides together for interesting conversations, people that may not listen to each other very often, and you've been going for a few years now. Right?
Yes, I have, though. The problem of liberals not listening is not, we haven't really cracked that one yet. They were having trouble getting any liberal of any substance to debate me. It'll be the great Ben Stein, whom I'm sure I disagree with on a lot of things, but he'll be interviewing me, and he's smart and he's funny, and that'll be great, but it's interesting. I mean, look, some liberals, they're busy. They have other things to do. I'm not saying they were all chicken. But, wow, come on.
Well, last year you were on with Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks, right?
Yes. Yeah. She's written, what, 12 bestsellers? Oh, no, I'm sorry, none.
Okay.
I was thinking more like Rob Reiner. Somebody big. Somebody with one bestseller.
The news of the day.
What is there to even say about that? Unbelievable. So she's going around doing interviews basically saying like, oh, they couldn't find a lefty to debate me because, you know, they're all scared and they're all chickening out. Are you fucking kidding me? I've never seen a more clear example of textbook psychological projection. We had a debate all set and ready to go. I have the emails to prove it. They gave us the topics for the debate. I had been promoting it for an extended period of time, and then she pulled out. But now you see the real reason why. She's an elitist. She's a smug elitist. And I gotta tell you the truth, guys, I'm not surprised about this at all. I felt like there was a chance she didn't know who I was and then initially agreed, and then she learned who I was and she checked it out and she was like, oh shit, Not going to debate this guy because, damn, he's bringing the fire. But then I also thought, no, there's a chance that she's like, you have to give me somebody who's been on TV because I'm a smug elitist prick and I don't understand the way the modern world works. Let me tell you guys something. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn here. I'm directly responding to what Ann Coulter said. You can take almost any MSNBC host, except maybe the primetime ones, or the ones who have been on air for maybe 15 years plus, like Chris Matthews or whatever, and I guarantee you we have more secular talk listeners than they have listeners, and then they have fans and supporters. See, there is a difference there. Actually having people who give a shit about what you're saying and who think you are bringing something substantive to the conversation, there's a difference between somebody who would casually watch some schmuck on TV who's a boring robot reading the teleprompter, and people who listen to somebody and go, damn, this person's really saying something. This person really did their homework. This person really thought through the issues. So I'm not surprised at all that Ann Coulter is a smug elitist prick, and now she's pretending like nobody will debate her. Well, Ann, I'll say it for the 9,000th time, I'm right here. You want to have that battle of ideas? I'm right here for you. But, you know, in Ann's mind, which is hilarious because there's no doubt that at this date where she's washed up, I have way more fans than she does. But she seems to think like, oh, please, he's an internet celebrity, so he only has, what, like nearly 600,000 really diehard followers and 500 million views? Is that it? Does he only have 500 million views? Was he able to grab a fucking microphone, turn on a camcorder, start talking originally from his fucking living room, and then eventually, over time, build up an audience in an actual free marketplace where there's an ocean of competition and content on YouTube? Was he able to actually make it in a free market? And did he not need gatekeepers in order to get popular and in order to get famous? There you have it, man. Smug, elitist Ann Coulter runs from a debate with me and then pretends like everybody's chickening out with her, and then to put the cherry on top, tries to pretend like people who made it on the internet and got popular on the internet, they don't count. She wants somebody big like Rob Reiner. Oh, I think that pretty much says it all, but I hope you guys have a field day with this one. I think Ann is doing a Q&A at Politicon. I wonder what, like, half of the fucking questions she's asked about. I wonder what those questions will be. I can already tell you. I know what they're going to be because there's a lot of people who are pissed by her smarminess and her smugness and her lies.
All right, so as you guys just saw, Ann Coulter made the statement. By the way, I like the format that Kyle did that, where he's like sitting there laughing his ass off while he's reacting to it. I found that to be extremely entertaining. But anyways, I've come to my conclusion as to why she backed out. And the reason why I believe she backed out was, I don't know why she accepted it in the first place, but I'm going to assume that she believed that he was of, I don't know, some stature of some sort. I don't know. How do you accept a debate not knowing who you're going to be debating and then pulling out? I fail to understand it. I don't understand how it makes any sense whatsoever, because it doesn't. So here's the thing. So basically what happened is as the guy, brought up there that she debated Anna Kasparian, she has this really weird superiority complex. Like, it's really, I mean, okay, it's not all that surprising, but she's supposedly for the common man and, like, the people in the United States. Like, the whole point of being for Donald Trump is that all of the, the jobs are being taken away because of all the illegal immigrants who come here, which isn't true, by the way. And so there's this, she's contrary to, like, she doesn't like people like Jeb Bush. She doesn't like people like those people. Now, foreign policy is a different situation. She's a wretchedly horrible human being on that front, 100%. But so what I mean by superiority complex here is the reason why she pulled out of the debate with Kyle Kulinski is, I guess she looked into who he was, and because his main thing is an online show, she basically concluded that, oh, this guy is a nobody, so I'm not gonna debate him. And the reason why I say it's very obvious she has a superiority complex is, if you heard what she said, where she said that, you know, that basically they're too, I don't know, originally she said that they were too chicken, and then she modified that by saying, oh, I'm sure they're not all chicken, I'm sure that they're busy writing, you know, 12 bestsellers or whatever. So what she was trying to essentially do is basically explain that she is somebody who is more qualified and just has all these bestseller books, and so she's only in the ring to debate with like certain people. And basically what she's trying to get across is that when she says any leftist of any substance, she's basically saying Kyle is a lefty of no substance. Obviously that's not true, and it's ridiculous. But not only is generally speaking a superiority complex disgusting in and of itself, but the thing is that there's a massive hypocrisy when it comes to Ann Coulter and a superiority complex, because it's like, the whole point of Ann Coulter is supposed to be that she's in contrary to people like Jeb Bush and all these other neocons. Not on foreign policy, because I think she agrees with them on foreign policy. But when it comes to domestic policy, at least, she's supposedly supposed to be for the working man and the common man. And this, you know, all the jobs are being taken away. So there's a massive hypocrisy on there. It's like, you know, this supposed opposition to elitism, when really you're just doing the same exact thing. So basically the reason why she backed out is because she's really a smug douchebag who believes that because Kyle's main his show is online, that means that he is not of any substance, and it means that basically you have to write a certain amount of best-selling books in order to have a debate with Ann Coulter, because then your position will be high enough, which is really it's pretty lame, to be honest with you. It sets up in this day and age as well, I want to explain this, really sets up a lot of boring debates in the first place. Like the guy who she's that's interviewing her, I don't even know who the hell that was. And even when Kyle was floating the idea of debates with after Ann Coulter backed out and he was trying to sort out who he was actually going to end up debating 1v1, he explained that Politicon gave him 3 options, which were Jesse Lee Peterson, David Frum, and Michael Steele from the RNC, who's former RNC chair. I wanted him to debate Jesse Lee Peterson. Now, that's not because Jesse Lee Peterson is a genius, but it's like, I forget, I'm not even putting your opinion in this, my opinion. Do I want to see Kyle Kulinski debate David Frum on neoconservatism? No, because neoconservatism is really stupid, and it's already been destroyed, at least in the form of the Bush-era neoconservatism. Now, there's this sort of ridiculous notion that Ben Shapiro and the other morons are somehow, like, making new ideas that are somehow now appealing to millennials, which they're not. It's the same recycled garbage that Rush Limbaugh was saying. But the point I'm trying to make is who wants to watch a debate between, like, let's say, Ann Coulter and, I don't know, some lefty pundit who's just this super geezer legacy media person? Like, I want to see, new media is the new route, okay? I don't watch TV news because it sucks. It's so boring. It's these smug douchebags reading off of a teleprompter, and it's sort of like what Joe Rogan said, where he's like, take Anderson Cooper away from CNN, and like, what is he gonna do? Like, it's like, imagine Wolf Blitzer, imagine you know, people like Anderson Cooper setting up their own YouTube channel and doing their commentary. What are they gonna get? Where are they gonna go? Nowhere. Who the hell is gonna? Who in their right mind is actually going to watch Wolf Blitzer on YouTube when Wolf Blitzer isn't even given the CNN name? Nobody's going to watch that. The future is new media. I only watch new media. I don't watch TV news because it sucks. I'll sometimes come across clips of like CNN and things on YouTube that I'll react to. Fox News is a little bit different, actually. I'll give you that. I still don't watch it on TV, but Fox News is a little bit different in that they've facilitated having people who are new media figures on there. Like they bring on Tommy Lahren, they bring on Candace Owens, they bring on people like that constantly, consistently, every week, all the time. Bam, 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 bam. So they're different on that front. Also, they have Tucker Carlson, who I think is the biggest show on that channel, and he essentially represents the online right wing. So they're different. They're exempt from that. But, you know, if I come across a CNN video or something like that on YouTube, I still don't watch it on TV. That's, you know, for whatever reason I want to respond to, then I'll do that. But the future is new media, and so this idea that, oh, you have an online show that has almost 600,000 subscribers, and I think like it's got like what, like 470 million views or some crazy number like that. Like, how does that make someone any less of a lefty of substance than any other legacy media pundit? The future is new media, and Ann Coulter is not only an idiot and just a weakling, but just a smug douchebag.